part of your midterm assignment is going to be doing a photo restore. Now, I managed to hit up enough people for awesome old photos that they needed fixed that I actually have a photo for each person individually, so nobody's doing the same photo. What that means is I don't actually have one that I say, okay, I want you to make yours look like this. What I want you to do with your image is to make it the best you can. And I would like the final thing that you hand in to be your Photoshop document that has all of the layers that you've done and shows your work. Okay, so I want to have your Photoshop document, but then I also want you to make a before and after JPEG. So these are the before and after images on the same JPEG. You do not need to put your name on it, although you may if you would like to. On it as in on the canvas itself. You don't need to put your name in type on the image. Obviously the file will have your name. But I want you to make the final one look as nice as you can. So on my example, I found after working on it for a little bit that I couldn't quite get the bottom part to work out around the edge of her blouse and the edge of the paper. So I fixed it as best as I could, which actually involved copying this part of her dress and transforming it, flipping it over here and fitting it to that shoulder to get rid of some of that junk stuff. But I ended up cloning out as far as I could to get something that looked like this. And then in the end, I grabbed all of my restore layers, my Dodge Burn that added some contrast, my black and white that took out some of the yellowing, and my levels that added a little more contrast, and put them all in a group folder, and then added a layer mask like we did on, I want to say it was lesson 6 that we did some layer mask stuff with frames. It might have been lesson 5, I can't remember off the top of my head. Now this looks a little odd with the old one showing through, so I've just created a new layer and filled it with white, and this looks good. If you handed me in a photo that had a nice framed up version of your restore, that is what I'm looking for exactly. You have options of how to make that look. So this one is a crisp edge. If I double click on my layer mask, I could make it a soft edge. Your goal is to make the best presentation that you can. Now, I will be happy to give you advice along the week. If you would like to email me and ask how to do something, I'm happy to do that. I want you to give it your best shot before you do, however. And if you do need help, keep in mind that if you wait until the very last minute on Monday, there's a pretty good chance I won't be able to get back with you before the due date. Just a reminder, this is a project that you will not be able to redo. This is a midterm, so it is clocking your progress as far as a midterm goes, but you do have all week to work on it and all of your resources available. So send in your Photoshop document with all of its layers and a before-after comparison of the picture itself.